Did Dwayne Ullman, did he use standard tuning all the time with his slide playing?
No,
Did
he used open E for the majority. All the stuff that you're most familiar with, Statesboro Blues, Trouble No More. He mostly was in open E. He only was in standard tuning when they would do Mountain Jam, if you're familiar with that. He would because he'd be playing normal guitar, and also when they would play Dreams, which it's actually a good thing to talk about because that's something I do a little bit in some of the stuff we do, because he would, that triad thing that I was talking about where you've got, if you're in the key of B, you've got that, he would be really beautiful and lilting, but it's different from like Derek has even though what I'm about to talk about is major, it's different from Derek because Derek has found this really staccato, really beautiful. He's got this thing that's really his own that I kind of try and avoid because I can't do it better than him.
Does Derek use standard tuning or?
No, he's always in open E.
Always.
He's always in open E.
Always.
Even when he plays without slide.
Yeah, even when he's not playing slide, he's always in open E. Which again, if somebody had told him when he was a kid that was wrong, see, it's just amazing how common that thread is, So.
Now you got to play Dwayne's Gold Top.
I did
at the Big House.
I've played all of his guitars actually, the other Les Pauls too.
What kind of feelings or emotions did you feel when you did that?
Well, I'll focus on the Gold Top mostly because I've had the opportunity to play his Gold Top that he used on Layla and he used on the first couple of records and a bunch of stuff in Muscle Shoals. I've played it a bunch of times. I've been really, really grateful because I met the guy who owns it years ago, and we've been friends for years. And I used it at the Ryman Auditorium. I used it the first time the band played in Macon. Subsequent times we played in Macon. So I've had a bit of history with that particular guitar where I've played it many times now. But getting to make our new record with it, because we made our record at the Big House, their old house there in Macon, Georgia. It was pretty crazy, man. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's hard. Part of me was trying to get work done because, I'm there and I ended up producing the record, so it's like I was. Things were working. We were getting good takes, and so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, okay, well, let's overdub this now because they're going to reset this, and then we're going to now let's run through this. So my head was kind of in several different places at once, but I stopped myself a couple of times to just kind of take in how heavy that was because it was a huge honor. Because as far as what I would call baby boomer, guitarists, anyone who isn't an old blues guy or rhythm and blues guy or whatever, Dwayne and Michael Bloomfield are probably my biggest heroes, And so Dwayne, playing his guitar in his old house, going up and laying on his bed, it was hip, man. It was, it was something else, And, the guitars, I've had the opportunity to play lots of really nice old guitars, and, that one's got a sound, it's got a vibe to it, But I will say this though, because he had two other bursts. He had the one that he traded the Gold Top for, which he used on Fillmore East, and then he had the one that everybody kind of connects with him, the Dark Burst with the real flamey that he only had for a few months. He got that in June and he died in October of '71. That one's that guitar, the Dark Burst. I played that and the Fillmore Burst in New York a couple of years ago, and I played a lot of old Les Pauls, which I've got one right behind me that I didn't get a chance to play. Oh, here, actually, here we'll do that because why would I not? But anyway, I've had the chance to play many, and that one is sick. So anyway, this is a '60 Les Paul that I've had out on the road. I brought this all over the world now, and it's these old guitars. There's a certain voodoo that they have. I know Willie is got some fun stuff in here, and
I'm gonna have you play this one too.
Bring it.
Because
Just because
differences.
you got two bursts in here.
It's two
in one
bursts in
day.
the same room is a really hard.
It's
thing.
a really hard thing these
I
days.
have my eye on this one, so I got it.
Got it.